Hi guys, this is Axon from African Drum Voice. So I'm with Ange Tapé, originally born in Cote d'Ivoire but based in New Jersey, America. So he's a NASA aerospace scholar and also an aerospace engineer. And he's also pioneering drone technology. And you also can you introduce yourself and tell us more of how your aerospace journey led you into drones?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So, like you said, my name is Ange Tapé. I was born in Ivory Coast. Well, at a very young age, I'd always been a problem solver. And that was, as a kid, I like to take apart things and like to put it back together. And in fact, in high school, I joined the World Landmark for Robotics competition as a student, and also known as First Robotics. It was where I helped design and test a robot that actually won first place back in 2007. Participating in that first robotic taught me how important it is in not only in aerospace, but robotics. All of this is so important. And it was the beginning of my journey as an aerospace engineer. And from there, I transferred into Rutgers University to study aerospace engineering. From there, I was actually asked to join NASA Aerospace Scholar in my internship over there. And this was way before I actually entered into my university. There, my team and I completed another competition to design and test another robot, Explorer, for NASA Langley Research Center. And
Wow.
there we tested a robot, and they had like simulated Mars environments where we had to test our robots in that simulation to grab rock samples and bring that back to base. So this was such an amazing opportunity, and it was like an amazing dream come true. All of this took me to the next level about how important my teamwork is and problem solving. I learned a lot about how good of a problem solver I became and how good of a team leader I also became. That success at NASA also inspired me to finish my degree aerospace engineering at Rutgers University. And in my final year at Rutgers, we designed to build an attempt to a vertical takeoff and landing, also known as VTOL aircraft. A lot of VTOLs are well known to have a quadcopter configuration. Now, we just had to go with a much very old but unique aircraft, also known as the V-22 Osprey helicopter. And the V-22 Osprey helicopter is one that only used two propellers to make that vertical takeoff and landing motion. And this one's very important for us to achieve this goal because it's very expensive to actually manufacture this concept. So we started with something cheap and simple for the material for making the body, because we actually had a low budget. And also due to the pandemic, it also prevented us from having too much access to our machine shop, yet we still persevere. And my curiosity and my passion for aerospace never let me down. So we continue to pursue and making that aircraft and focus on the software and hardware of the aircraft. So allow us to mimic that same feature of vertical and takeoff and landing aircraft, despite the downsides of the pandemic and all the, all the ways that we cannot have all the access of our tools. And yet we're still able to manage to manufacture the aircraft and still be able to present it on time to, all the judges and still be able to finish the project on time. And this was how my inspiration for drone and aerospace became to fluent in the body of drone and as aerospace engineering. Matter of fact, this was actually a small sample I actually built recently, right? So this is a small sample. It's very simple that we have a two configuration aircraft. And we're using the two side of the motor to rotate the drone this way for full, forward flight.
Yeah.
And programming this to precisely maneuver at the proper time and everything was such a great challenge. But we still persevere, especially during the pandemic where we had to work from across the distance, and making it possible really was a dream come true, especially as a young enthusiast in aerospace engineering.
Wow, man, it's an amazing journey. So what can you say about the NASA Aerospace Scholar that you had to experience? So how did that impact you a lot? I know they're pioneering space technology there.
Yeah, so NASA Aerospace Scholar really impacted me in many ways because it was a program that allowed mostly new students going to university that would inspire them to continue to pursue a college degree and a college in aerospace and engineering. So that program really started the journey of the tinkering in what was aerospace for me, what was more about rocket science, how more can you go with it in space exploration, especially beyond Mars. You know, now in 2020, we're going to launch another Mars rover that will actually have a drone inside the Mars rover that will also explore the Mars planet. So all of this was not just rocket science like we normally see with, you know, liquid nitrogen, but also beyond to a next planet. So this was, you know, a journey that inspired me to learn how to think outside the box, outside of this planet really, and understand how other planets operate, you know, and how can we create tools or aircraft that can work on other planets, unlike here on Earth that we're so used to 9.8 meters per second gravity, right? So we have to learn how to work things outside from our other planet that's different than our side. And this was an opportunity of a lifetime.
Wow, man, you've had an amazing journey. And I know many young people watch this and hope to see them doing great things just as you are. And hope to see you have your own space company soon called Ange Tapé, that will pioneer drone technology, especially even, I like the fact that drones have been experimented with in terms of Martian research with.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome to see drones being deployed in Mars. Glad to have your African drone voice and hoping to meet you soon, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right.